Welcome back to the Lions Roundtable on a Tuesday. Man, we're here to recap the Lions' first win of the season. It was more than a win, though, King. This one counts
Oh
for
yeah.
more than a win. This counts for like 1.5. The
Oh
way that
yeah.
we made them look, it was disgusting. 52-21. King, before we get into all of that, how are you doing, man?
I'm doing great, man. It's been a great week so far. After you come off a victory like that, man, the only thing you can do is you just want to watch football. You just want to talk Lions. So to see a revenge game like that go like, in that fashion, that was beautiful.
Just watch all the other night games, waiting for the highlights. You know how it is, man. It's the normal routine. You just wait, and then I'm a little disappointed when I don't show highlights. I'm like, come on, man. You
We
know what I always like? I love the fastest 3 minutes, and I feel like I didn't see that this weekend. I don't know if I missed it. I never
Mhm.
saw it, and I was like, maybe that's because Monday night was a little bit goofy. Did I miss that, or did you see it?
Yeah, I didn't see it per se myself.
I better
But what
see
I
your
did watch is I watched countless media talk about the game afterward, especially Rich Eisen, which one of my favorite. He always support the Lions, man. But yeah, I've been watching media all day long.
man. You're just consuming everything. I love it, man, because it's all good right now, man. It was
Yeah. Good
so
vibes
good.
and good perfect time. And shout out to Jimmy Fallon, man. I feel like he was a good luck charm that game. Fallon was here and he did the late night show. He had everybody from Detroit on there. Hutchinson was on there. Cade Cunningham was on there. It was a great show. So shout out to him and Keegan Michael Key.
Yeah, yeah. Everybody was in the building. Okay, so I think we got to jump right into injuries first off to get this sorted out because we did get a little bit of roster news.
Mhm.
Shane Zylstra goes on IR. He was banged up at one point during the game. I feel like I never noticed Shane Zylstra. No disrespect, I just don't ever notice he's actually out there, but he's on special teams for everything. So maybe there's, I mean, we might really lose something there. You might feel that a little bit, but in turn they went out Ross Dwelly. Of course, King's a big Ross Dwelly guy, so I'll let you break that down real quick. Why? You know, go
Yeah,
ahead.
I think Ross Dwelly delivered my mail last week. I don't even. Yeah, sure.
So you got a personal connection with Ross.
Yeah,
I shouldn't ask you then, because then you're gonna be biased, right, King? We need unbiased takes on this. We need to know what Ross Dwelly's really about.
yeah, absolutely not. You won't get that information from me because I don't even know who that is.
Well, he's now a Lion. And then we also went out and added Malik Cunningham, the quarterback slash receiver, the Louisville quarterback. I think that's very straightforward for scout purposes there this week, which is exciting. I would like to see how that looks, and I can understand it. It's like as a team, you're like, all right, who do we put back there? And you think about putting a receiver back there. Like, okay, well, Goff probably isn't the best guy to throw back here. So I wonder if you would have done it with Hendon, but now that he's not here, maybe Malik Cunningham will
Maybe
hold it down.
we'll see. We'll see
It
what
makes
happens.
sense.
Right.
It makes sense. It's a very similar type of body type. But for the injury side of things, I'll let you kick it off with Marcus Davenport because he got hurt on a sack. That was like on it. That was like the worst way you could sum up a whole Marcus Davenport with the Detroit Lions is the dude makes his best play of the game and then he gets hurt on his best play of the game. Honestly, I didn't think he was looking right the entire game, but I had thought it nothing had to do with his upper body. I thought he just wasn't running that well. I didn't think he was moving that well, but his
Yeah.
upper body injury on a sack. And King says there may be some differing reports here. I heard the Dan Campbell one, but
Yeah.
Davenport sounds a little different. Let us know what's going on.
Yeah. When they first interviewed Davenport, I mean, Davenport was like, hey, I'm here. I'm fine. You know what I'm saying? That's what he said. So I'm thinking, okay, yeah, he's fine. It's just like I thought because he was available after the second injury during the game. He got up and he went to the sideline and he just stood there. I thought it was fine. I thought he was, probably gonna feel it a little bit this week, but I thought it was fine. And then Dan Campbell comes out and says, "Yeah, we're going through some second opinions." Second opinions about what? If he says he's fine, he's fine. Let him play. I don't need the team doctors being super precautionary and keeping him out the game or trying to force him to get some type of surgery that he really don't need. He's available, man. Let him be available. Let him tough it out. Hutch is toughing it out right now. I'm probably sure he was feeling it after the game, after that chop block, because I thought he almost tore his ACL. So like I said, these guys want to go, let them go. You let Taylor Decker do it last game, let him go, man. You got to play injured through the tough part of the schedule. It gets a little bit lighter after this Ravens game. Hey, let him go. You know what I'm saying? Because you got what the Browns and the Bengals. The Bengals are done. It's a wrap for the Bengals. Man,
Yep.
let these guys play. If they're available, let them play.
So it's a shoulder injury.
Yeah, it's a
And
shoulder.
Okay, so but last year it wasn't. I don't think it was a shoulder last year. I mean, it was an arm injury.
It was an arm injury.
Hard to be honest with you,
Mhm.
but it just I wonder. I do wonder like how severe it is because I feel like from Davenport's perspective, I could understand where he would take that mindset because we kind of saw him do it last year, like mid game, he just kept playing. It's like, yeah, he's not using that arm. So I hope it's not something that's that significant where maybe it's just discomfort. And it's like, okay, maybe it is a couple week thing, or it's like, hey, we can get him out there right now, and he just wants to play right now, doesn't want to miss that time. I hope that's the time frame, and it's not that kind of significant thing where it's like, yo, this could be seriously messed up.
Yeah,
I understand you're just gonna push yourself out there regardless, and I love that about him. But man, I'm hoping it's not. I really hope it is not, King. I mean, there was enough good in there. There's enough good, and then Muhammad came in. It's a nice little rotation you got. You take him out of the mix, man. We lose so much, and they're asking him to play some big boy football. I mean, this guy's taking on two dudes a lot. He's playing over a guard a lot as a pass rusher. He's taking on a lot of bodies,
right.
and I don't know, man. I hate the idea of taking him out of the mix, but I don't want to speak that negatives. You got something else, Dad?
And I don't want him to go out at this time because I want him to go up against a true legit offensive line. The Bears offensive line sucked. The Lions should have been doing what they were doing. Against this Ravens team, they're a little bit better. I want to see what we actually have as far as the pass rush against a legit O-line. Anybody can get to the Bears. That's been an Ole offensive line for the last 3-4 years now. Against the Ravens, we need the pressure. We need as many bodies as we can. We got to contain Lamar Jackson. It's the only way you're going to beat him.
Yeah.
If there's a way possible that he can play, let him play. Period. We need everybody that we can this game. This is probably the second most biggest game on our schedule besides the Eagles. So
just like in terms of difficulty.
Yeah, as far as difficulty, yes.
Yeah, it's a tough one. And I get that. I get that, especially because like that's his thing. He just collapses the pocket. That's his game. So typically he's going to help us in there. I don't hate the idea of a lot of Al in this game just because I think he moves a lot better. So if he is going to take off, I would trust Al a little bit, especially if he's dealing with something where it's like this dude looks hindered on the field and he's not getting himself free. Like that's going to be a big time issue. But I'm with you, man. I'm with you. And I think for him, he doesn't want to baby it. You don't want to baby some kind of injury, man. And I'm not saying he's doing that, but I think dealing with what he's dealt with over the years, like just act like it doesn't exist, I guess. It doesn't actually exist. I'm perfectly fine. Let's keep playing. All right. Speaking of, Christian Mahogany got banged up in that game. The Brian Branch one scared me. I'll say that real quick. When he got hurt at the end of the game, I was like, what are we doing? Why is this dude still in the game? I mean, we're up like 30 points. Take him out of the game. Then he gets hurt. It's like, dude, this is crazy that we're doing this. And then he had the post-game presser. So my thoughts are he's okay. But Mahogany, Dan Campbell says he thinks he'll be okay. That's the update we heard from him. Did I miss anything on that, or was that it?
No, Brett BB's fine. He's good. He'll be good to go. It's like I said, I had literally just tweeted, Dan, take everybody out the game.
Bro, I don't know what we were doing.
It's like at this point, you made your point. And then I kind of feel like why the reporters asked Ben Johnson what they asked him, like, do you feel like Dan ran the score up on you? It's like it was no reason for them dudes to still be out there at all. At this point, let your backup quarterback get some throws. Let guys like, whoever's active or available get in the game, whatever it is. But you can't keep doing that, man. We've done that before in the past. It's annoying. It's really annoying. Like, let these guys get on the sideline and get themselves prepared for next week.
Yeah. No, I completely agree. And it's like, it's one thing if you're coming in with that mindset, like we did, like, what was it, Minnesota? It's like, okay, whatever. They already made their minds up. But, like, yeah, this was crazy. Because then the next possession, the defense went backups. It's like, or not the defense, the offense did. It's like, why do we do this? Why do we have these guys on the field? I don't know. But the Mahogany thing, and then also, as a side note, they did sign Tristan Colon to the active roster. So maybe there's something there potentially. But I think, just as a side note, I think he was deserving of a spot on the roster. It just so happened that he got hurt and it kind of threw things off. And he couldn't really work his way up anymore, and he stopped playing. Then he was cut, and I thought he was going to hit some sort of IR or something. He didn't. He just got put on the practice squad. So maybe that also is him being now just available and him being right and him getting healthier at this point. But that move, King, as dumb as it is, that move fires me up. Like, it fires me up to know we got Tristan Colon available. I'm like, all right, let's put that guy in there. Like, when something happens, I'm going to feel really good. I'm going to feel very good, especially after Kade came. Kade came in for one play. And my man got torched. He got torched, King. What he came in there like, oh, look, there's KO. Dude gets torched immediately. All right, we're done. We're done. But King, what'd you think about that? Tristan Colon, active roster. You like that?
Hey, man, listen, like I said, whoever we can add them. Anybody that's going to contribute, add them. We need everything that we have. Everything. You know what I'm saying? So, like I said, if he can benefit us, I'm all for it. That's just where I'm at. That's my mindset. It's not even for me. It's the pipe dreams is where I'm trying to avoid going. You know what I'm saying? I want guys to be able to contribute so I don't have to put the pipe dreams out there on social media. You know, like the Trey Hendrickson thing is really, really interesting right now. You know what I'm saying?
I saw that.
The 1 year rental thing really sounds good. Even though you know it's not going to happen.
I saw it. Yeah.
I don't want to be that desperate person. You know what I'm saying? Bro, hey, if guys can contribute that you bring in here, do it. Do your thing, Brad Holmes. Do your thing. But that's where I'm at with it.
That's why you want him on the field. I got you. Now, I will tell you what does excite me is Mekhi Wingo going forward. Like, he played a lot in that game.
Did.
I think he played like 30-some snaps, I read. And I mean, it wasn't crazy. It was nothing crazy, but it felt different. When he comes in there, especially on pass downs, there's a different energy that he brings than any of the guys that we have available right now. And I love that because on the inside, we have dudes that play the run really well, and we're seeing that. But the pass rush, we don't really have a lot of juice. Like, I like Tyleek. You know, he kind of slowly pushes this guy back a touch, but that's about it. It's like, okay, then every once in a while, maybe you get upfield a bit. But Mekhi Wingo's like an athlete in there. You throw him in there, it's like he looks like a kind of a hybrid you're dealing with. So I think as we go forward, for that to be his first game, I thought it was a strong positive. I thought he looked pretty comfortable lying outside of guard. And I think that's going to be a big positive going forward. In the meantime, until Aleem gets back, I think he's going to hold down a very significant role. Playing 34 or 37 snaps is crazy.
Yeah, Wingo looked really, really good. Really, really good. Like I said, I've been watching a little bit of film here and there. So he looked really, really good. He looked like I wanted Broderick Martin to look. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that's a positive, man. That's actually pretty big, to be honest. To have another guy in the rotation like that. So yeah, man, just the trenches in general, both sides. I was pretty impressed with this game.
It is kind of it could be a perfect storm for him this year too. Just the Levi injury, Aleem McNeil down as long as he could be here. It's like it's wide open, dude. It's wide open for anybody that could just add something in the inside. You had any kind of juice in the inside, you're fine in the field because Roy, Tyleek, DJ, like that's just not their things. You add some of that, man, dude. You got to roll for the next few years in your rookie deal. We're not worried about that. We feel comfortable. We'll mark you in as like we can count on this coming into the season. It's kind of opened up for him, and it's exciting because I think it can be really difficult at times for the day 3 picks to find that path. Breaks have to happen, and the breaks have happened, I think, for the door to get open. And the Lions gave it to him. They're like, let's go. You know what I mean? We'll let you do it. So I think that's going to continue.
Yeah, I was excited when we drafted him, man. I thought he was a dog in college. So, like I said, to see him show up like that, you know, that was very, very impressive. I can't wait to next game to see what the rotation looks like and if he can get out there and get his opportunity and shine a little bit against the Ravens.
So JAC or Jack 2125. I don't know. You let me know how to say that. He asked thoughts on Cunningham being signed. My thought is it's our scout team quarterback for Lamar. This is what Lamar looks like. We got to give you some sort of threat that is comfortable throwing a football, but can also run. He can take off. This dude's a freaky athlete. So your thoughts? Do you think it's like a
absolutely, absolutely. I think the Lions are going to go with the game plan that I was highlighting against the Baltimore Ravens, which is make Lamar beat you with his arm. That is how you beat Lamar Jackson. Flowers is absolutely garbanzo beans. He drops the ball all the time. His tight ends, they drop the ball all the time. Lamar overthrows the ball all the time. Make him beat you with his arm, period.
I love that. And man, it's going to be, you know what? It immediately comes to my mind when you say that, because I haven't looked into it, but it comes to mind as Derek Barnes. Like the last time we had to deal with this team, we had Jack playing out of position, and it just felt fast for him. And I'll tell you what, man, Barnes, I love watching Derek Barnes play. It's always like little things, but it fires me up. He brings such a different element, and I think he's played really fast. I thought Jack played really well. I thought really our linebackers all played really strong this past game. Very strong. Now, I'm a little concerned about all the outside things when they're pinning down their backer and they're pulling out, because my guess is Ravens are going to throw that right at us. Like, if you can't deal with that, we're going to do it too. But I thought the linebackers as a whole are playing really fast for early in this season. and just the continuity that we have now versus when we saw him the first time, and Jack was out of position because of injuries, and we were kind of a weird spot. Makes me very optimistic that at very least we're going to play a lot faster and not have breakdowns on goofy things. I mean, it was goofy stuff that was like, this should not be cooking us like this, but it was.
Yeah, and like I said, it wouldn't just looking at the Ravens over the last week against the Browns. It's Lamar Jackson for some reason this season is not running the ball as much as he has been in the past season. He's been throwing the ball a lot more. I don't want him to get to the point to where, hey, he feels like I have to run the ball now. You know what I'm saying? Well, actually, I take that back. I want him to make irrational decisions out there. I want him to try to do too much because that's where he starts to falter a little bit. So when Lamar is overthinking, trying to do too much because they're not really getting things going, that's where you can beat the Ravens, man.
Yeah.
On the opposite side of the football, attack the secondary. Attack the secondary. It don't do what you did against Green Bay. They pretty much are Green Bay defensively. The weakest part of their defense right now to me is the secondary. The front seven, they're athletic. They're going to contain you. Don't try to run the ball up the gut. Attack the secondary. If they're because they're going to blitz. They're going to blitz a lot. If you watch that Browns game, they that's what they do. They send extra guys all the time. Kill them. Kill them. That's what the Lions got to do. Kill them. You want to send extra pressure? We're going to use your aggression against you. Kill them. That's how you beat them.
No Van Noy this weekend, so maybe that's
Yeah.
It sounds like he's going to miss. There's a couple of things that got brought up there. I guess we should go to this Bears game and live in this one for a little bit because it was that good. There's so much to talk about, King. I mean, there's so much to get into. So, yeah, I mean, look, let's just jump right here and then we can go through it. But one takeaway, biggest takeaway from this win.
The entire team overall's performance is my biggest takeaway. On every single level, we were just better than the Bears, bro. From special teams to offense to the defensive side of the football, we were just better than the Bears. We had a quick little slow start on defense against the Bears. They came out doing a little something. Then after that, it was a wrap. You started getting to Caleb like you should be. Guys started to look like they were in mid-season form. You came out on the offensive side and punched them in the mouth immediately with the first play. Everything about this game is a highlight for me. Every single thing.
No, it's real, man. I think from I don't know. Here's my biggest takeaway. I think this is going to be Goff's best season as a Lion. Like seeing King watching those two games now, and I know the first one wasn't great, but for the first 2 weeks of the season and how things can be a little bit messy, man, after 2 weeks and you see his stat line, even though we lost last week, I thought there was still plenty of good. There was a couple things that I thought were bad, but it was still fairly efficient. It worked to what they were trying to do for the most part. And then this game, King, I don't know what it is, man, but Goff, when plays break down, he looks like an athlete a little bit. Like I'm watching him.
He's trying. That's all I asked for.
Bro, I give credit to Morin and the staff because I feel like they were working this in training camp and trying to make it an emphasis of like adding this element where, hey, when the play breaks down, let's get open for Goff, right? We can't just stand there, and obviously you can't just take off deep because that's not going to help him at all. He's not that, right? So like we have to get back in a pass lane. You don't have to get downfield, just get back to his vision. And when Laporta did it the first time, and Tim Patrick would do that a little bit last year, he's now carried that immediately over to this year. I feels like a whole new guy. And he's tied that along with he's already playing very fast offensively. King, I get the sense, man, this season is going to be crazy for him. I think across the board, it's going to be the best Jared Goff version that we're going to walk away that we feel like we've seen. And I think it starts this week, really, because Baltimore last time we played them was nasty. I mean, it was disgusting.
Yeah.
Be competitive this week. And I think they're going to be competitive. That's the big. If you're competitive this week, I think he's going to play a good game. And if that's the case, oh my goodness.
I'm gonna say this because, and I'm gonna sound like a fanboy when I say it, but I truly do believe this. Yeah, that last time we went against Baltimore, it was tough, but we were not the same team.
No,
we are way more talented right now of a team, and I honestly think besides QB1, we are more talented than the Baltimore Ravens. When you look at the teams overall, especially on the offensive side, we have, if not the best running back room in the league, if not, the best receiving room in the league, going up against a Ravens team where you have suspect receivers, where the quarterback and receiver connection is not always great, where Derrick Henry is a year older, and the Browns definitely would have proven that last game because they wouldn't let him get anything. Um, Overall, as a team, I think the Detroit Lions are more talented and a better team on paper. The thing is game plan and strategy. And this time around, I like us to go back to the strategy that Aaron Glenn used when they were here in Ford Field, which was make Lamar Jackson throw the ball. So that's where I want to see them go back to. We just need to make this game pedestrian and easy, keep it simple. Make him throw the football. Do not allow him to run all over the place. I promise you, we have a chance to win this game. That's where I'm at with it.
And that's been even our defensive core, Kelvin Shepard, he's talked about that after the last game. And it's like that was the emphasis for him versus Jordan Love. And then this week, Caleb got a couple, but it wasn't anything that impactful. I thought it was very good. I think it's part of the give and take with the D line too. Is like sometimes you may not get everything you want, but at the same time, if they're not rushing past the quarterback, he doesn't really have anywhere to go. So you're seeing the ball get out pretty quick in spots, but it's like there's really nowhere for him to go to make something happen. Everything feels like it has to go backwards. And so for that reason, they seem like they prepped themselves to be ready for this. I think Casey Rogers makes a huge difference this time around seeing Baltimore. I thought, last year when we played Jayden Daniels in the playoffs, right? You saw before that when Tampa Bay played Washington in the playoffs, like they played Jayden incredibly well. That dude had nothing going as a runner. And I feel like this is going to be the first time where maybe we can step back and say, hey, that was an error. We're just a different team now. And to your point, last time we played them offensively, like that was Jahmyr Gibbs. I thought that was the first game that Gibbs really popped in the NFL. That was J-Mo was young, and it was like we were trying to win with J-Mo. Like we had routes that he had to win, and we were not doing that at that point in time. At this point, you would expect that you can trust him to go win his routes. You're expecting the one-on-ones to go win there. That's where the growth of the team is in a completely different place. And then hopefully the O-line continues to take steps because last week was much better. This week, much better. This was good, like confidence builder, I think for sure. Because I'm with you. I think Baltimore is going to be a little more of a handful than Chicago was. Yeah. But like Chicago's not so bad on the O-line. It's just that they're not Green Bay. They definitely weren't Green Bay.
So the cream of the crop for Baltimore is versus the Bears is they're guys coming off the edges. I feel a little bit more comfortable in that situation because that's where our highlights are. That's where you got Sewell and Taylor Decker at on the outsides. So I feel a little bit more comfortable against their defensive pass rush. It's just when they start sending guys like Roquan and sending corners, extra guys, that's what you got to be careful about. And when they do that, it's going to bank on Jared Goff keeping his composure and not trying to press and do too much. Get rid of the football if you got to, or find those quick strikes to Amon-Ra St. Brown, Laporta, Gibbs out the backfield. Some of the things that we did last game with Gibbs going to the outside, things like that. That's what's going to protect you against that type of rush. So, but if we get anything close to the type of protection that we got against the Bears, the Ravens are toast. Ravens are toast.
And that's a great point. I remember the last time we played Baltimore was very early when Kyle Hamilton just came off the edge unblocked and he just rocked off. And it was like, oh boy, this is a problem. So yes, man, picking up the blitz gonna be a handful. And I think that's like part of what makes Baltimore unique, kind of like Tampa too, where they can bring it from everywhere. So you're just like, bro, you got to be alert for everything. You can just play backers here. All right, so to this Bears game, offensively, I think we'll just jump into that because we're already on this a little bit. Like Chicago in the past has given us problems offensively. Now recently it's kind of pulled back a touch. Last year they weren't as good defensively. They kind of fell apart with some of the injuries, especially. But early with Ben Johnson, it was a little bit shaky. That was always the team that felt like it gave us big problems, especially on the road. It's like, how are we going to score against this team? And then Goff would struggle a little bit dealing with that coverage. Now, it seems things have definitely changed with Dennis Allen in there. Like, even stylistically, it didn't feel like I was watching the Bears team that I was watching when Eberflus was there. That doesn't mean, like, Eberflus was the move, But it was just like, this isn't the same. They have a completely different strategy of how they're doing this. And I'll be fair to them. I did feel like when Jalen Johnson went down, that team changed. And I thought it changed the game, and the Lions just attacked it. There was like, there's no cornerback that matches up with us. To your point, we have a fantastic receiving core. I mean, we can come into the game and essentially just say, stay away from Jalen, and we have two answers because they don't have their slot. And you got Tyreek Stevenson, who's not great. But once he went down, now it was, all right, everybody's going to cook. Everybody's going to eat. We can just pick on whoever we want in the back end. From that perspective offensively, like, what do you think has changed in your mind? Like, what's been the biggest change for us versus a team like Chicago? Like, why were we able to put 52? I mean, we never scored that many points in Chicago with Ben. It was 41, I think, was the highest. So we ran past that, which is beautiful, by the way.
I just think, I just think, for me, it's just we simplified the game against them. We really did. Our talent level is a little bit different. Obviously, I keep saying that J-Mo was gonna have a breakout season this season.
Oh my gosh,
he's unguardable if you just use him right. Ben Johnson, at the stage where J-Mo was when Ben Johnson was here, he wasn't ready for what we're doing right now. Yep. You know what I'm saying? These guys are taking a step forward. It's just a little bit different, man, offensively for us because we have so many options. Everybody is the option on offense. And when you simplify that offense and you attack what's working and you keep attacking what's working, these are the type of the outcomes that you're going to get. You know, it was times where Ben Johnson called games and, you know, I was one of the ones complaining, like, we're trying to do too much. Like, what are we doing? Like, stop doing this. Just simplify, attack this, attack that. That's what Morton did this game. And that's exactly what I was hoping he would be as a coordinator, to come in here and simplify the game. Simple. If we can't run the ball up the middle, hey, let's attack the edges. Let's throw a toss play out to Gibbs and let him attack the corners. You see what I'm saying? Stuff like that.
Beautiful.
Just simplifying football. And that's, if this carries over to this Ravens game to confirm it, man, the league better be ready. You better watch out, man. Because it's literally everybody on our offense can kill you. Everyone from tight end to receiver to running back, everyone can destroy you on our offense. So if the offensive line keeps continuing to get the reps together and get more comfortable with the communication and everything else, then that's just what it is. But I don't think it's, you know, the Green Bay game tainted a lot of people's mind with the Detroit Lions. The Detroit Lions are the standard still. We're talking 1-2 weeks into the season, and we're making judgments off of that. The Kansas City Chiefs are 0-2 right now. What are we talking about? You're not going to learn anything in game one, especially when the team played none of their starters in the preseason, none of them, and you have brand new guys on your offensive line. What do you expect to learn from that? And then the play calling, you can tell the play calling, obviously, from this game compared to that game, is totally different. They were trying to, you know, stroke the just take it slow and slow stroke, you know, pause, and come out with it.
I was watching that game.
Yeah, and come out with it, you know, nice and slow. But, you know, this game, they say, okay, forget that, man. We putting our foot to the pedal. And that's what this is the Bears. The Bears offense is not great, but it's still the Bears defense. Even before, you know, Jalen went out, bro, we came out the very first play and punched them in the throat. Mm-hmm. We scored in 3 minutes against the Bears in a divisional rival game. Again, the Detroit Lions, until it's finished this season, are still the NFC North champions. It is entirely too early in the season to be making all these predictions. Everyone and their mother knows that Green Bay has a easy schedule every fucking year. Their next game is the Browns, bro. Every year they have the easiest schedule out of the entire division. Every single year. They got off the first game. Fine. We're going to see what happened later on in the season when we meet up again here at Ford Field. And we're going to reconfirm how good they actually are. Because by that time, I can promise you that a lot of those faces that they got on their team ain't going to be there. So we're going to see how long this lasts. Because I see the comments. I see some Packers fans in here. Don't get it twisted. We still hold the crown. You won a game, the first game of the season, which anybody who knows football, anybody who is a fan of football, know that is fool's gold. The Lions are not fool's gold. That is fool's gold. And you got people in the media buying it and chewing it up because of Parsons. The media is supposed to sell you stuff. That's what they do. Don't be the stupid consumer and go to the store and buy it, because you're going to fool yourself again. You do this with the Packers every single year. Every year. You just did this last year. You did it the year before that. You thought the Packers was going to go in the playoffs and do this and that. How did that end for you, buddy? So, yeah, I just had to plead my case to the NFC North, the Vikings fans and the Bears fans and the Packers fans. Don't get it twisted. We're still the standard.
We don't got to do the Vikings like that. They've been through enough, King. That last game was a disaster. That was horrible. I watched that like this could be a good football game, and I fell asleep. Like, oh, they haven't scored yet. All right, there's still 6 points. That game was horrendous. King, I could feel that energy through what you were doing there. So I'm cool if you want to do that again. That was fantastic. King's definitely got into it with a few Packers fans. I could tell, and I love it. I love it. That was great. You know what I think too is so much of what the like, because you talk about the play calling, so like the timing of when we're throwing certain things, and I thought that John did a great job in the sense that I thought he pulled us out of the rut. Right, we had the two stops, we had the turnover, and then we had the 4 and out, and we had great field position. We did nothing. Right, we had the 3 and out, and then we had the missed field goal. But after that, he came back, and I thought that he got in his bag a little bit. He's like, all right, let me pull out the bag of tricks. Let me just see what I got. That way I can get us out of this. And he got us out of it, I thought, with putting Saint at running back, handing it to him. Then they had some other like kind of goofy looking play with Saint at fullback, and Tesla was out there. And then he did a little reverse. Like I thought that he's like, all right, let me figure out what can spark this offense a little bit. And he got them going again. And I thought that was great from John. But I still feel like at the core of what this team is, so much of it feels like last year. Like just the plays they run. It's like this feels like the team. Like maybe there's little, like, all right, this is a tweak different. But it's like we're using our tight ends a ton of the run game. Like that's very similar to what the play action passing set. All of the concepts feel identical to last year. And I think it helps because and here's where I'm bringing this, because I don't know if John was like, I'm watching all the film from last year, and I'm just going to break this all down and understand what they did and carry it over. And he probably did a lot of that. But also it makes me understand, I believe, how much John Moore was actually involved in the creation of what it looked like. Because what this offense looks like doesn't look that far-fetched from what it would look like with Ben at all. It looks almost the exact same in my eyes. Maybe the timing is different of when he wants to throw certain things. But 2 weeks in, I'm like, all right, this kind of looks like what we did with Ben. Like a lot of this looks like that. And it makes me believe that, and even some of the things that he brought back, which is saying at running back, we weren't doing that with Ben. And I thought that was a weapon thing. I think that was a John Morton call. He liked the idea of trying that. And I think we're going to see more of that. I think John was a much bigger part of the creation of what this is than maybe what we thought we were getting ourselves into. Go ahead.
You're 100% on point, and that's why I use the terms John Morton just simplifies things. You don't change an offense like you had with Ben Johnson. You don't take too much out of that and try to change it completely. You hold on to that and you put your own twist on it and simplify things. Like I said, with the things you've seen with the running back room, some of the style of the play call is like I said, you just put your imprint on it. If something is working, you don't come in and throw everything away. That's just not how it works in this league. Obviously, he's familiar with what the Detroit Lions did already because he's a familiar. So you just add your own twist and you simplify. And Jared Goff said that in the offseason. He said the offense is not different. It's not different. So I don't know what we thought was going to be different. Like I said, he simplified things. It makes perfect sense.
I mean, I was just like, I didn't, it's like, it's one of those weird things where you hire a guy, like when we hired, he was pass game coordinator. So it wasn't like I could go like, oh, look at what that offense looked like. That's his offense. Like you had to go back to the Jets. It was like, that was so long ago. So there always felt like there was like an unknown, at least for me. It was like, I don't know exactly what he's doing. I have no idea. I know what he's a part of. I know the Broncos offense looked different than our offense when he was here. So it's like, okay, I'm not sure of what, but they have different players. But to see it, it's just like, it's mind blowing a little bit to me. Like you're right. And Jared Goff did say that. And it's just, but I think it's accelerating their offense because, in years past, they never felt like we jumped out like this. And it feels like we're able to jump out like this because they feel like it's a definite carryover. And I'm curious to see how John does as we go forward. But again, this wasn't like here's the big thing. It's not like you got the Chicago look defensively that you got with Eberflus. So it wasn't like you could just go and say, like, how do they play the Bears in the past? What can we expect? It was much different. And strategically speaking, the timing of some of these looks were outstanding. It was like, okay, he seems to know exactly what they're getting to, but also I think the core of what makes this offense so difficult to deal with, and I'm saying a lot here, but I think what makes it so difficult is the flexibility Goff has at the line. I think that's what makes it so difficult because there's not like you can't just call a look and then bam, we have the answer. They were in the wrong play, they're cooked. Most of the time, we're going to something else, and it seems like having that ability to have that much flexibility at the line of scrimmage for Goffs makes it incredibly difficult to get into a look that's not somewhat of an advantage for the offense. It's rare. It feels like I can remember I remember the play in week 1 against Green Bay where it's like, okay, we didn't see the right look there. And I on the road, right? We wonder at Baltimore, how's the communication going to be? But at home, when the communication was easy, oh my goodness, it was like every play feels like there's an advantage for us.
Right.
Every play feels like we're set up. We know what they're in. We got them. Like,
right.
This is crazy. I don't know, King. I'm just getting fired up again.
Yeah, that's the best thing. It's the biggest point for the Detroit Lions. Like I said, even again, going back to week 1, is communication. Obviously, when I watched that game against the Packers on the offensive side of the ball, we were still moving the ball down the field. It's just when we got to the red zone, we couldn't get it together. That is communication. That is not a talent issue. That is something saying, hey, man, this is the first game of the season. First time we all out here together, we having some communication issues. That's what I saw against the Packers. I didn't see this shellacking that everybody is trying to make it seem like it was. The Detroit Lions don't throw a pick. They don't make bad penalties. They don't have communication issues. This entire game is totally different. We're probably not even talking about a Packers victory. So, like I said, following game, you had an entire week to work. You cleaned everything up. You looked like yourself. We didn't look like an extra Lions team. We looked like the team that was dropping 30-something, 40 points on everybody last season. We looked like ourselves, even a little bit better. You know what I'm saying? So, like I said, we are the standard. You have to beat us. You have to beat the Lions. And I don't care what the Ravens did a year ago, 2 years ago, 3 years ago, whatever. This is a different team. It's a more talented team. The Ravens got a task just like we do. You know what I'm saying? They have to stop our offense too, which is not easy to do. If we go out there and we communicate and execute, it is not easy to stop the Lions offense. And we have a healthy defense right now, a healthy one. Even though our secondary ain't been the greatest, we have the healthiest defense that we've had for a while, because last season was absolutely disaster. So, you know, we'll see how this goes, man. But I still think the Lions can legit beat the Ravens, man.
And I feel like, especially after last week, all the talk was the interior line, and they were much better, much better. Still room for growth, but it felt like they were just more consistent getting to their spots, even when things went wrong. It's like, all right, they're where they kind of need to be here. So it's setting up the run to still work, letting the running backs be creative. You know, last week it's like we're getting blown up in a way where it's like we don't have a chance on this. But I thought Graham was a big part of that. Like I felt watching Graham, like it felt like he took real ownership of like I gotta help these dudes. I gotta give them more support in the run game. I gotta make sure they're connecting to the blocks before I'm leaving. I got to get off the ball and I got to go get that backside back. Like he was doing all of those things. And I was impressed. Like, I don't know like how you graded or anything like that, but I just watching, I felt that there was, maybe it's because I was focused on it. I just felt it was much better. Felt like Graham took over a big role there.
Everybody on that offensive line looked night and day different. Everybody, you know what I'm saying? Panesul and Decker are one thing, but Mahogany, Glasgow, and even our rook Tate Ratledge look totally different. Totally different. So, like I said, I have to take their words. You know what I'm saying? When Taylor Decker tells you it's a communication issues going on. When Ratledge tell you I was having trouble hearing things and stuff out there. Like I said, that was his very first experience in that type of environment as an NFL player. You see what I'm saying? So if you go back and watch the film from this previous game versus the Bears, I promise you, a lot of those thoughts and concerns that you had after one game of the season,
no doubt,
they're totally different. So
yeah, after this, it feels like now it's just growth. Now it's just about like getting better individually. Like, okay, winning your single blocks more consistently. But like in terms of all of that, just like, oh, now we're a mess here. I couldn't point to I couldn't give you an example.
Yeah,
I couldn't find one. One that I remember, one that I wrote down where it was like we're not in the right spot. They felt like they were constantly where they were supposed to be. That felt like the O-line that I know from the Lions.
Right.
Like that was athletic, like that we were hoping to be an athletic offensive line that could run. They looked that. And it's exciting too because it's like, man, we're young, dude. That's a young old line, bro. Like there's a lot of old offensive linemen holding down crucial roles. This is not an old line. This has got a lot of young dudes. And then Miles Frazier.
If anybody can get things together in a week, it's Wash, man. If Coach Wash, man, he, like I say, I expected them to come out that way. I expected them to come out that way, man, because there's a standard in that offensive line room. So, again, we protect Jared Goff, man. We good for this season. You know what I'm saying? I have no reason to think that we won't be able to do that. It's going to make everything a lot better for us. The only thing that we need to continue to improve, which was a little bit better this game, is continue to improve the run game. You know what I'm saying, as far as the offensive line. So Montgomery did a great job, and like I said, Gibbs, when things wasn't going, he attacked the outside. So, like I say, you just got to take what teams give you until we get to that point, week 4, week 5, where the offensive line is in sync. Right now, we're building towards that, and to have that type of performance the very next game, second game of the season like that is super impressive.
All right, defensively. I'll just go here. What is the biggest standout player of the game for you on defense?
For me on defense,
yeah,
obviously for me it was Brian Branch. Again, I feel like he still was pretty much the best player out there. But man, after I watched some of that All-22, Hutch was doing some crazy things, bro. They got that ball out fast. Hutch has so many sacks in front of him. Caleb Williams is very, very slippery, man. Very slippery to get to. Hutch can jump over people this game. I didn't even know he did that. He jumped over a dude. You know what I'm saying? And I'm talking about he was there. They were there. And like I said, those fast decisions was killing Caleb, obviously. Forced him to do a lot of things that he didn't need to be doing out there, which was to their demise. But like I said, it's not always about sacks. It's about pressure. And they created a lot of pressure this game. That was key for me when it comes to defense. So Hutch had a hell of a game. I can't wait to talk about that later this week.
No, Hutch is looking good, bro. 2 games in, he's moving like no problem, man. He's looking good.
Yeah,
I'll go. I'm going. I didn't know he was the tackle leader, Jack Campbell. Jack Campbell, and it's mainly coverage for me because mentioned earlier, I think the linebackers played really well as a whole, but Campbell stood out because I feel like he's reacting very fast. That feels like the difference right now. His play speed feels much faster because I feel like he's getting to a spot much faster. Doesn't feel like there's much hesitation. And there was the one play where Caleb kind of held him, with his eyes. Maybe he's a touch late there. But outside of that, he's flying to his spots in coverage. And that's usually the guy. Like, if I'm coming into a game, I'm playing the Lions, and I know they're in man, I'm always going at Campbell. I'm like, how do we get this guy matched up with literally anybody? I'm throwing it at him. In this game, he handled his own. Like, a lot of it was, it was zone, but it kind of turns into that because of where he's at. And I thought he handled it really well. I was very impressed. I was like, man, Jack Campbell is like, he feels like he's getting the best out of himself here because of how fast he's actually playing. I thought Alex saved us not saved us, but I thought I guess he saved us a little bit. I think he made some big plays, not bigger than they had to be, because he would get back into it and find a way to make something happen. But Jack Campbell, dude, this guy he was a dog last season. It was a kind of a rough start in that first year. He was moving all over the place. But this year, he just feels like it's much more well-rounded early. Still not much as a blitzer. Man, we got to get some blitzing backers, King. At some point, someone's got to cook on that.
We got to get some athletes, man, and get back there as far as getting that rush.
I watched Swift stand in and wall this dude up. Yeah. And I'm like, Campbell, bro, you're 250 pounds.
Yeah.
Swift, bro. That fired me up a little bit. But outside of that, man, I love what he's doing when he's running around in coverage.
Got to give a shout out to Tyleek.
Okay.
Got to give a shout out to Tyleek, man, because, again, for the second game straight, he just does not look like a rookie.
No.
He does not look like a rookie, man. He looks like a seasoned veteran out there. And I say I cannot wait until we get Alim McNeill back, because that is a hell of a fucking rotation, man.
Yep.
Heck of a rotation. Like I said, if only we added another guy on the edge.
King, we're fine. Hey, that guy kept at me. Hey, we're good. Did you see that? It's like, bro, if you don't stop tagging me in this, who was that?
No, like I said, man, if we can get, hey, let Al-Qadim Muhammad do his thing, and see if he can be productive out there against the ones and everything else. Like every time he gets in the game, he does something. Give him a shot, man. Give him a shot. See what you can get out of him.
He's playing
Because
ball, man.
he's productive when he's on the field. So if that's got to be the guy, fine. But I want to see it happen. So put him out there. I just want somebody else to be a problem. You know what I'm saying? On the edge, on the opposite edge. Because before the injuries, even last game, I just felt like watching Davenport. It's moving slow.
He felt moving really slow,
Yeah,
like a really slow burn.
yeah.
Like when
Moving slow. You know what I'm saying? I was like, what am I?
I thought he was hurting the lower body watching it. I'm like, oh, it's supposed to be like an ankle injury.
Like, you look slow. You're powerful, but you look slow, man. It's like your get off is horrible.
Bro,
Like,
he didn't look right. He didn't look
No.
right. Now
no,
I thought as the game went on, he felt it a little bit more. Like, okay, he's finding some ways to get back there a little
Right.
bit. But yeah, early, like, you felt no juice. And that's what
No
I was
juice.
thinking. I'm like, is his legs? Is he hurting the leg? No.
Nope.
Okay, that's not great. But it picked up.
Yeah,
picked up a
yeah,
little
it
bit.
did. It definitely picked up. Definitely picked up. He was definitely getting
On his
back
way.
there. Yeah. So
He
like
plays
I
a
said,
run. He plays a
yeah,
run too. So I
right,
gotta appreciate that.
yeah, yeah. So
Let me shout out to our guy Tate here. All right. Tate was hitting us up. We were like, hey man, you said we're good. Now Davenport's hurt. What are we doing? Look, man, first off, don't put King in this. King's the guy that's asking for Trey Hendrickson. He doesn't deserve to be in this conversation. King doesn't deserve that. You can put me in it because I'm the guy that loves me some Davenport. So put King in there. Don't do him like that. He literally just made a post about Trey Hendrickson. And I laughed a little bit when I saw it, but it's great. It's great. It's great. So that's the first step. All right. And you know what? We are good. We're good. I'm telling you, we're good. Tate, I hope you save that and then throw it back at me in a week when we're not. All right. Real quick, there's a lot of people in the chat, man. So I just want to give a shout out to what's going on here. We got Bruce saying the same. Is that a duck?
Yeah.
Oh, that's a dog. Okay. I thought he was petting a duck. That's fine. Daryl, we got Tesla. Hey, Tesla did. Hey, okay, real quick. Tesla's catch, man. I'll let you do your thing on that. That's your guy. Go ahead.
Tesla has been doing that since high school. Since high school, he's been catching those one-hand passes, making the acrobatic catches, just amazing, right? Here's what I want to see from Tesla. The catch was amazing, but on both catches, I noticed something, and I want to give a shout out to Easy from Woodward Heavyweights because he pointed it out too today. I want to see him get separation.
Oh yeah. Well,
you see what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? The plays are nice. I want to see you beat somebody out there to where you don't have to make the acrobatic pass and you can get some yards after the catch.
Yeah.
Obviously, he needs more opportunities, but you shouldn't have to be making these catches so much. You know what I'm saying? It's like I want to see some separation out there, but he's a stud, man. He's gonna be a star. Like I said, he has the speed. He has the ability to run the routes. He just needs the opportunities. He needs the snaps to get out there and try to make something happen. In this league, I don't care how athletic, fast you are. It takes a minute before you can start breaking away on J-Mo. J-Mo took a little while. He was dropping passes when we first got him. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, and he wasn't getting no separation. It takes a minute sometimes to learn the nuances of the game and find ways to get yourself open. And, so like I said, he's on schedule with that. But yeah, I can't wait till he gets to that point where he's just beating people all the time, where he's turning into that Puka Nacua, that we think he is.
No, he's definitely the definition of that guy. Where they're like, well, he's always open. You can just throw it at him. It's like, okay, he wasn't really open, but he's open, so just throw it at him. I mean, the whole rate of the play didn't feel like, oh, because he beat him, I'm going to throw it. It was like, hey, the safety's not over top. I'm throwing the ball. Like that's why it worked, because there wasn't a safety. But to that point, to what you're saying, that does feel like it's going to be a little work in progress, especially in those spots, because like now he's getting pressed off the line in that spot, and it's like he didn't really have a package that he went to there. He kind of just like skipped a little bit and took off. Okay, well, it got him upfield. He didn't separate it all, but he got a field on him. So you know what? It works. The guy's always open, and the hands are fantastic. So,
it's going to be strength. He's going to build strength. You know what I'm saying, over this season, and that's one of the things that helped J-Mo. He's obviously not freakishly different body wise, but J-Mo is much stronger than he was walking in here. So building strength helps out a lot, especially when them guys try to jam you on a line. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, once he builds that strength, learn how to toss them little dudes aside, man, it's gonna get a lot better for him.
Yeah, the upside's there. He's definitely got some wiggle. I mean, he had to at Arkansas based on how they used him. So he's gonna be there. But the hands are nasty. I mean, this dude's a problem, bro. And you got to keep getting him involved. And they did, and I liked it because they got him in, when they did have him involved. They didn't throw it to him outside of that, but there was still he was involved in the sense of one, he'd block, so we knew that. But he did a lot of like clearing out. He would just kind of take guys out of the play with him, and it did feel like there was at least a base understanding of what they needed of him. Like the play that they threw the Gibbs in the flat before half, like they seemingly checked at that play, and he kind of rubbed off the linebacker. Okay, pause on that. That sounded insane. I said that out loud, but that's what he did. That's what he did to the linebacker. So it got Gibbs open, and it's like, all right, he's doing his job. You know, it's not all about. He definitely has the right mentality for what he needs with this receiver room. Like I'm not going to get that many looks. Let's be honest.
I like the world that we're in right now, where we can have him get in on certain opportunities, and he's sharing with Khalif Raymond, because obviously Khalif deserves his opportunity too. He's been here forever, and when he's in, he is productive. You know what I'm saying? You can't count on him for play. So we're in the world where we have Tesla and Khalif Raymond sharing, because our group is so freaking good, man. That is
wild.
That's crazy.
But it is great that he has that, because it's like most likely this season it's going to be rare if you have a game it feels like over 2 receptions. Like it feels like that's going to be very rare. So like just take advantage of those opportunities. Man, he's attacking those opportunities. Every one he gets so far. So it's like, dude, you might just be that guy where it's like we just need that one play from you, and then we're out of here. We're just one play and we're out of here. And then maybe now it'll start to expand a bit as we go forward. Okay.
Now I want to say something because I know this might make you smile, but
I know where we're going. I know what you're gonna say.
No, you don't.
Oh, I think I do.
I think we finally gonna get a face back this week for this big game that you've been wanting to see come back. And it's not a huge face, but it's a face that you've been wanting to see back.
Oh yeah. Okay, now I know where you're going with it. Yes,
Sione Vaki.
Yes, man. I thought we were gonna get him this last week, and then we didn't. Yeah. Oh yeah, that's gonna change the game.
Yeah,
it's really gonna change the game, I think, for us, especially when we lose Zylstra now. Zylstra. Yo, kick return is gonna be fun to watch, man. I like last week you said it. Special teams from jump set the tone. Dude catches it out of bounds. Bam, we're at the 40. It's like okay, already a different game than last week.
Right.
Sione Vaki's gonna change the game. He's gonna change the game back there. He might take one back. I think he's capable of doing that. I gotta calm down a little bit, but I'm really fired up for that. Like I'm fired up to see dude play, man. And he's in another kind of a crappy spot too. It's like, how does a guy get on the field on offense? I have no idea. I don't know. There isn't really a spot for you on the field. So do it on special teams. Do it somewhere. Take advantage of that one opportunity you get, because you might only get one, especially now with the new kickoff. Because they're probably not going to kick it to you. They're going to kick it to Stewart. That's what I would do. I wouldn't kick it ever to you. I'd kick it right to Stewart. Hey, that dude tried to kick back. You go and fumble. I'm kicking right to Stewart every time.
Right. Shout out to Ken in the comments, man. He said the next game should be in Detroit, been in Baltimore all too often. I feel you. I'm surprised. I'm honestly surprised this season that we got the Dallas Cowboys here. Because if anywhere we've played too much, it's been in Dallas. So I cannot stand playing there for obvious reasons. But when you look at some of the road games, I would prefer to have Baltimore at home. Kansas City, I wouldn't mind playing them. Yeah, I mean, we play them in Kansas City. I don't mind playing them in Kansas City.
I kind of like it. I think it adds something.
To be honest, we take over there too. We take over there pretty well.
Dallas is just lame, bro. Like, let's be Dallas with the dumb sun and stuff. It's like, what are we doing? This is just not a football stadium. I don't know. All right. Well, with that, we got it's a waste of time, to be honest with you. All right. We got Baltimore this weekend. We've talked about it a little bit here. We'll do it more on Thursday. But as we get ready to, I guess kind of wrap this thing up, I do want to touch on the rest of the teams in the North. I think it's worth kind of updating what's happened around there. So the Vikings, they look good at football right now. Really good. Was it 6-22?
Not my quarterback. You know what?
Yeah, I know.
He's in our division, man. I can't argue with that. I don't want him to be too successful in our division, but it hurts to watch my guy JJ go through stuff like that, man.
Hey, they made some good plays. Okay, I was like, all right, they had some good interceptions in there. They made some good
Good
plays. They
Lord.
did a little bit, but man,
I,
it's
I
like,
said the Vikings, I feel like obviously took a step back when you got rid of your quarterback that took you where he took you. But I just felt, even with their defense, man, I just feel like they took a step back to me. That's just me personally. I don't know, man. And they're gonna have problems just like the Bears protecting the quarterback.
which is they need to get Darisaw back first off. They
Yeah,
need him back. That school who's playing, and now they don't have their center, bro. That should be
yeah,
they have to be able to lead on that, and they can't right now. And Donovan
yeah,
didn't play well. Like, bro, their
yeah. I
strength
don't,
is
and
not their strength right now, which is a problem.
I don't know how much better that's gonna get because we don't play the Vikings for a while,
I
man.
know. I was looking at the same thing. I mean, we play him this week. Like, we got to play him pretty soon. We can get after these guys because McCarthy's hurt now. But no, we got to wait. And I
We gotta
feel like
wait.
by the time we play them, they'll definitely be their best. I think at that point, it should
Yeah.
be. But
Which
McCarthy misses some time.
by that time we'll be worlds better than them by that time.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I'm with you. They are just the definition of really not playing complimentary football, as we played. They didn't play that at all. We don't need to talk about the Bears anymore. Let's just leave them where they are. The
Yeah.
Packers. Packers did win. They handled business against Washington. Yeah, it didn't really do much for me because I don't think Washington's that good this year. I don't think they're going to be that good this year.
Listen, at the
So,
very end of the season last year, one of the things I kept saying is Washington is going to get found out this season.
and it
They're
looks
not a
like,
surprise anymore. It happens every single time
yep,
with these new teams that have this great season, Cinderella season. The following year, they're terrible because everyone knows who you are now.
no doubt.
And
Yeah, and
that's
that's
what happened.
that's what I mean. Their offense doesn't look that dynamic. Defensively, it feels like they're still solid on the defensive side, but man, it's like just watching that game, they just didn't feel like they had any kind of pop to them. And I just don't think Washington's going to be that this year. So for me, they really moved the needle. I kind of expect the Green Bay to handle business. Green Bay looks like a good team right now. I'll be honest. They look like a good team. I don't think they're anywhere near what the hype was after week 1. Like some people think they're the best team in football now. I think that's ridiculous. It's like insane. But you know what? Whatever. Let them live in that. It's 2-0. Like you can have your first 2 weeks. I have no problem with that. But that game didn't really do much for me. So I think a lot of people expect Washington's going to be what they were last year, if not better. And I don't think that's the case because that's the thing. Everybody thinks they get better in the offseason. Every team thinks they got better. Now everybody's going to take a step up. Teams are going to go back. I think they're going back. Maybe Green Bay is going up though, and maybe I misjudged it a bit, just a bit. But Micah Parsons has changed a lot for them, and I think
Right.
they're a good team. That's why I kind of think they are. I still kind of feel the same about them. Do you feel any different about them through 2 weeks? I kind of feel like they're a 9-10 win team. That's kind of where I'm at.
That's
Still.
where I'm at 9, 10, 10 wins. Once that schedule actually, once they start actually playing some teams,
End of
man,
the year. End of the
yeah,
year,
and
it's
it's,
tough.
it's where it's going to get to them. And then that's like I said, I don't know. I don't think their health is going to stand up to go through that storm. You know what I'm saying? Because that's a lot of football to play, especially on the injury, even for guys like Micah Parsons. I don't know how they're going to hold up throughout the season. And Jordan Love is known to have a little injury history himself. So we'll see.
Yep, this is true. All right. Well, real quick, next week, just because I think it's interesting. So we have the Ravens Monday Night Football. Bears
Mhm.
play the Cowboys. I think they got a shot to win that. I think I don't doubt at all that he can beat Dallas if Ben Johnson can find a way to get that done. So that's at
Right.
home at 4:00, and then we have Vikings and Bengals, which is now a battle of the backups in that game. So nobody's watching that. And the
Right.
Packers, as you pointed out, they got a tough one. Cleveland.
Right.
Oh, good luck,
They
Green
got
Bay.
listen to
Good
this.
luck.
Here's the Packers, Browns. They got the Cowboys after that. They got the Bengals after that. They got the Cardinals after that.
Hey, now
Yeah.
real quick though, we did. It's not luck because it stinks for Cincinnati, but the Joe Burrow thing has now changed the outlook for us too, for sure.
Oh, for sure.
For sure, yeah.
Yes, for sure. And then, like I said, they don't play a real team until they play the Steelers, and then immediately after that, you play the Panthers. Like I
Oh
said,
yeah.
their schedule is always a cakewalk, man. It's always like that. I can't stand it. You don't play your first real game until you play the Eagles, man, and that's November 10th.
Mm.
And then after that, you play the Giants. Like what? Their
That's just nice.
schedule
A
compared
little
to our
bounce back.
schedule, that's like, come on,
Our
bro.
schedule's crazy this year, bro. It's crazy how nuts our schedule is. I had the Packers starting 7-3 and losing out before the Micah trade. Now I think I got to give them 2 more in there,
Yeah.
but I still kind of get the same idea that they're going to fall apart at the end of the year. Maybe I'm
Yeah,
just a hater.
yeah. Now, before I'm gonna go to your point with that because here's where it goes. I mean, the Vikings obviously are not good. They play us on the 27th.
Oh, they
Then
losing the Vikings.
then you play the Bears after us. But then you got the Broncos, the Bears again, and then it's the Ravens and the Vikings, bro. Like they're going to be fool's gold this season. I'm telling you, they're going to win games because of their schedule.
The
And they're
Bears
going
gonna
to
get
get
them once.
they're going to
Bears
get
gonna
to
get
the
them once.
playoffs. Yeah, they're going to get to the playoffs, and somebody's going to kick the crap out of them. They're going to be fool's gold. Watch. That schedule is too easy. It's too easy. The Eagles and bro, the two toughest teams you play is the Eagles and the Ravens.
Yeah, and
That's
Ravens
it.
are week 17.
Yeah. Like, come on, bro.
Hey, Chicago, Denver, then Chicago again is some crazy work to give them.
That's just
Yeah, and that's the
wild.
thing too. They don't play divisional teams like at all until the end of the year, which is wild too. That they got set up like that. They had us, and then it's just like no division games. Get your team right, and then you see the.
Yep. And one thing that we do, we respond. That word at the top of
No doubt.
our screen, revenge. Oh, you better be prepared, Green Bay, because when y'all come to Ford Field, it's gonna be a problem. It's going to be a problem.
Yeah. Well, man, I saw some videos like people inside the stadium was giving me hype. I want to be in that environment, bro. The crowd seems nuts this year. I already know it's gonna be crazy this year. I want to go to a game, King. I want to go to a game this year, bad man. I get that. I haven't been to a game in like a year or two. Now I'm getting that urge, man. I'm like, I gotta get back to one. I don't care who it's against. It's got to be in that environment. I gotta feel it. All right. Well, with that, I guess we can wrap it up there, man. We'll be back on Thursday to talk Baltimore, pretty much exclusively. Go through that game, Monday Night Football. King, you got anything else for the people on the way out? Also, shout out to everybody in the chat, man. We were reading your stuff, even if I'm not throwing on the screen. I should have did a better job of that, but we are reading your stuff. So appreciate y'all being here.
Yeah. No, that's pretty much all I got, man. Like I said, just make sure you guys smash the like button and hit the subscribe button on this video. I know a lot of you guys are coming over from our other fellow our main channels. So make sure you guys hit the subscribe button over here, man, because we are going to continue to be on this channel for the entire season. And we're trying to build this thing up. So help us out and hit that subscribe button.
Absolutely, man.